If you've ever thought about real estate investing, then this episode is for you. By the end of it, you're going to know exactly how and where to get started in real estate investing. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get started in real estate investing, and I'm going to be a wholesaler because I don't have money. Well, I would never let that. In fact, the students and team members that we work with, we deter them from that because that often takes a lot of time. If you have a lot of time on your hands, then we say, okay, we could focus in on that. But typically that's not the case. And we encourage people to go ahead and get started in a fix and flip. It's just, the reason why we do it is it's the most common area to get started, has the biggest amount of upside. Plus, there's so many potential buyers for a finished product, right? And it goes on, there's government funding, meaning FHA, VA, all these different types of loans, and they're so readily available, it makes it easier for you to move that product. So a lot of people have a limiting belief. If that's the case, go to my video, how to change your brain and the way you think. So what I often and what we teach is, if you learn how to find the deal and properly underwrite it and know your numbers, you will find the money. If you talk to any successful real estate investor, they're going to tell you the same. You find the deal, the money will find you, and oftentimes people will compete for it. Remember those lenders, how do they get paid? They get paid by lending money. The better deal you have, the more people will want to lend to you. The more success you have also, the more they're going to want to lend to you. So we focus in on fix and flip. Why? Because if you find the deal, the money will find you. Also, time is money. So when you're focused on these things, the upside could be a lot more than just some of these wholesale deals that could take up a lot of your time. I'm not telling you not to wholesale. Wholesaling is a phenomenal way, but if you're limited time, fix and flip might be the best avenue for you. So you want to pick a niche, and I want to keep your mind open. There's different areas that you could get started. Obviously, wholesaling, like we just touched on. Fix and flip, yeah, that's where I would probably push you to if you're looking at real estate investing. You'll have the vacation rentals or Airbnbs. You have commercial real estate, and that's all over the board. You could do executive suites, which is a nice low point of entry with limited risk, but you're going to want to pick a niche or market that you want to get into. So once you've identified that, you want to start educating yourself on that niche, finding a good mentor, finding a network that you could plug into. I would say in general, what you want to start doing is get into your local meetups. There's nationwide REIA.org. It's a national meetup, but they have local meetups in your specific area. They do them once a month. They cost anywhere from $5 to $25, maybe a little bit more. Anyways, they're once a month, and you're going to be able to go in and network with other investors, educators. You're going to get numbers from the educator in front of the room telling you what's going on and sharing with you stats, what's moving, what's not moving, what the market's trending, days on market, what are the hot products, what are the hot area codes or zip codes that are moving. So you want to be able to focus in on those type of things and get that type of information. You're going to be able to meet with builders, people with lists, you name it. You could usually network inside of these areas or in these meetings, get their cards, bring your card. Ask to meet people afterwards because there's so many people there. You're going to want to make sure you bring enough cards and get enough cards. Take notes and pick out some key people that you want to go meet with and network with. You also need to educate yourself on how to underwrite a deal. This is where a mentor or training would come in handy. You need to figure out what is your ARV, after repair value, your MAO, maximum allowable offer. You're going to need to know your margins, your rehab costs, all these different things. What's selling in your area? Typically, most fix and flips, or a lot of people focus in on, is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And the reason being is you want to have multiple exit strategies. Let's say something happens in your market. You want to be able to have a separate exit strategy just than fix and flip. Does it pencil as a rental? The reason I'm saying this is, as a new investor, remember I talk about you want to be conservative and not take on too much risk. This is a way to diversify that risk and make sure, worst case, hey, I have a property that cash flows. So make sure you understand numbers. Get your numbers down. I know in the beginning this is very difficult for people to do, But the more you practice and the more you do it, you get it down, you'll have it down like that. So again, know your numbers. As far as mentor, you could find a mentor. You could also partner with them or find somebody that's doing them and partner with them. Finding a partner is one of the ways that I got started in real estate investing. I had a partner that essentially helped me and was a mentor. In doing so, I gained the knowledge and experience and had someone guiding me through it. Again, can take a little bit of the stress and risk off having someone that's been there, done that, been there, doing that. You obviously could watch podcasts and phenomenal YouTube videos like this one, but none of this matters unless you do one thing, and that's take action. You have to take action. What I tell people, do these 3 things and it will help you. You want to pick farming areas. What does that mean? You want to pick an area instead of just shotgunning everything around. You want to learn and know these areas very specifically, almost intimately. You know these markets or these houses and what's selling. That way, if something comes up in that area, you know about it and you know exactly where that house is. That's how well known I get to know these various pockets or areas that I want to invest. I want to know the streets. I go to as many open houses as I can. Why? I want to see what's selling. I want to track, why didn't this one sell? I want to get feedback. I want to hear like, okay, this looks weird to me. Is that why this isn't selling? Days on market, I want to visit as many houses that I possibly can so I understand what's going on in that market. I would recommend going to a minimum of 30 to 40 properties and walking them when you can on open houses, or have an agent take you and show you what's going on in those particular homes. Lastly, how do you get a property? Not just by that, but once you're comfortable with walking these, you understand your numbers, now what's time for? This is the scary part, putting in offers. You know what's even scarier is when those offers are accepted, because now you have to take action. But this is what we're prepping you for. You have to get ready to take and make as many offers as you possibly can. Here's the thing. If you see a deal and you find a deal, write that up. What I always tell people, you can always get out of the deal with a good contract, but not always in. So you don't want to wait for everybody else to be putting in their offers. If you've done your numbers and it works, get your offer in, get it accepted as fast as possible and get escrow open. From there, you could do more due diligence on the property during your inspection period. This is when you have the opportunity to bring in your team, whether it's your contractors, your subcontractors, your realtor, this is maybe even your mentor. This is when you bring in everybody to double check and put an extra set of eyes on the asset that you're looking to flip. Anyways, follow these methods and you'll limit your risk and also create more upside for yourself too. Click on the link below for a special offer. It's 100 ways to find off-market deals. Take advantage of this. You're going to be able to find deals that your competition's not. While they're sitting around waiting, you're taking action and you're finding the deals that they can't.